Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Friday? Wednesday. That's why it's called What's Up Wednesday. I guess I'm just thinking that I'd like it to be Wednesday. I mean, Friday. I can't even talk. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Whoa. There we go. Let me start that over again. Happy Wednesday. It is October 11th. I am totally doing this on the fly, winging it, because I don't really know what I'm doing today. I will say, have you ever heard the saying, what a Wednesday? Or what a day, what a year this day has been? I can't even tell you the saying I'm trying to come up with, but it's been that kind of a day. Meetings from morning till night. So, the only clue that I have is that I asked the folks in my VIP group to give me some color inspiration, and I got 3 pictures. And I think I'm going to combine a little bit of all of them because one of them was very focused on oranges, one was on reds and greens, and the other was yellows and greens. So I think that tonight I'm going to work with those colors. So let me pull some out because I haven't even done that. I literally have had about 15 minutes from the time I finished work until now. So I'm not as prepared as I would like to be. But you guys are really nice, and so I am just going to go with it. And I'm pulling out my inks. And let's see if I can see you guys on my channel over here. Turn off the volume so it doesn't play. Let's see what happens. All right, it's there. So if anybody joins me, I will be able to see the chat. I'm going to throw this link into my Facebook group. Just give me a moment. All right, it's now in my Facebook group. And let's see what's going on. All right, so as I said, the color inspiration that I received from my friends was for some yellows, some reds, some oranges, and greens. So let me turn the camera and I'm going to show you what I've pulled out, which is almost nothing. One more thing here. Need a little mat. And then I will turn this right side where we need it to be. Switch the camera. And so the first thing that I did was to pull out this this paper from the Masterfully Beautiful, I think it's called. And it's got yellows and oranges and reds and greens. So we're going to use this. And for inks, let me put that to the side. For inks, I have crushed curry, pumpkin pie, daffodil delight, lemon lolly. So there's my oranges and yellows. And I'm dropping stuff everywhere. And then I also have Poppy Parade, Lemon Lime Twist, Old Olive, and Granny Apple. And let's see what we come up with using those colors. So I think we're gonna go with a little bit of cutting first. So I think I'll go with 3x4. I have nothing designed, so we're just winging it. And I'm going to cut up a couple of those because we'll probably make a couple of different designs here tonight once I get started. All right, we have some 3x4s. I'm going to cut her away for a few minutes. We have Modern Garden, and I've done very little with this stamp set, so it's a total experimentation. So let's see here. We shall try some different layers. I'm going to get some scrap paper and we'll play with the different stamps so that we can see how they go together. And we'll use the crushed curry to start with. No, I think I'm going to start with the Daffodil Delight and then the crushed curry. If you're here with me, please say hello in the chat so that I know that you're here. Otherwise, I will just continue talking to myself, which is fine. It's not unusual for me to talk to myself. Oh, let me get that wire out of the way. That should be better. So we have some yellow flowers in the Daffodil Delight. Grab another one of these, and I want to put this smaller one on top in the crushed curry. See what that looks like. We're also going to try that in the pumpkin pie because I just stuck my finger in the ink. Silly me. Let's try some pumpkin pie and see what that looks like. I love the pumpkin pie. Looks like this should go like so. One more try here. We're going to go with Lemon Lolly as the base and the pumpkin pie and see what that looks like. Total experimentation. Do a couple of these and try some different color combos. So here's our pumpkin pie. Hello, Miss Cindy. How are you? Hope everything's going well. All settled in on your road trip. Do I have the right Cindy for that? All right, let's play with this here. I don't know how long you've been here, but I am totally disorganized and winging it. And hopefully we'll come up with something good. Ooh. I like that flower in the red. All right, we're just gonna play multiple flights trip. Long story. Yeah, I was reading that. It sounded a little bit crazy, but hopefully you're settled in and having a good time now. So, all right, I was just adjusting my screen there so I could see. I'm gonna play a little bit here, and we're just gonna go out on a limb. I really like the Poppy Parade with this little flower here. So we're gonna do some of those. In some ways, I think doing a one-sheet wonder might have been a good idea tonight, because then you just keep building and we see what happens. But I don't know. we go. And then we got this cute little stem and leaf. We're gonna pull out lemon lime twist. If I had to guess, that was supposed to go in there, but we'll make it work. That's a little juicy now, isn't it? Why are all my pads so juicy? I use them all the time. They shouldn't be this juicy still. That's a little better. So we have that. And then I'm looking, we have cute little center to put in there. I'm pulling the yellow. That's an awful big block for such a little center. We'll try that. And the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do a second one. Be a rebel, right? Guess I probably could have used the bigger dot. All right, so we have a couple of cute little flowers. And then we have these cute little ones here. And put it on the block so I can show you. I don't know how well that's going to show, but I'm looking at these ones right here. They're adorable. So we're going to use the pumpkin pie and get a little bit of color in there with some orange. Call it ground cover, right? These guys are adorable. And I can see where they could be done in a ton of different colors. Make a whole field, right? Okay. So we have a little bit of that. And we have these dotted here, which we're going to use in the yellow and bring some of that yellow down to the bottom. Back to my Daffodil Delight. I almost called it Buttercup. I have no idea where that was coming from, but a bit shadowy in here tonight. I don't know why. So how's the weather in New Jersey? It was sunny today, a little chilly, but not too bad. Not that I actually saw much of it, but I did get to go out for a couple minutes. Oh, what do you think of that? All right, so we have some color down the bottom, and then we have some lovely little sentiments. Enjoy your special day. Best wishes for a fun-filled future together. Wishing you warm blessings of Christmas, and it's your birthday. Well, I need some birthday cards, so we're going to use It's Your Birthday. My weekend, I had my cousins come up. You may recall a couple weeks back, I had mentioned that I was going to see my cousin in Connecticut, which I did. And then my cousin and her mom and her daughter all came up to my house this past weekend. Haven't seen each other in years, and now we saw each other twice in less than a month. Where did I put my scrap paper? ink here. Gotta test out my stamp here. So that's what I did on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I finished up my cards, not my cards, my setup for my craft fairs that are coming up. So I had a few items that I was still working on. So I finished those up and played with my setup. And I'm really quite pleased with how it looks. I ordered some fairy lights and tried to put those on yesterday. That didn't go so well. I'll have to do that a little bit later. Beautiful day for us. Went and met up with Bonnie. You did. That's awesome. And your cousin was on a gourd hunt. And you finally got it at your last stop. That's awesome. Pulling out some blending brushes. Here's my yellow. I have a whole plethora. Ooh, yellow? It says it's yellow. Give it a quick little clean. In case I had darker yellows on there that I wanted to use. Just a little rub off. And then I'm going to add some yellow around with my blending brush. Grab that paper back. And I'm going to add some yellow around the edges to tie it all together. We are definitely going for the clean and simple today, because I think that's all my brain can handle today. I was on a call with, I don't know, it was probably my 6th or 7th call today, and I just like, everybody stop talking for just a minute because I need a little silence so my brain can catch up to y'all. It's very hard to context switch all day long. But tomorrow will be a better day. All right. Shall I use the Poppy Parade or a Daffodil Delight for matting this? Oh, that's not the right red. That's real red. Try this again. Poppy. Okay, good. That's what I was grabbing. At least that's what I was grabbing first. And I have some scraps, so that works. And that was 3 by 4, so I'm going to cut this by 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 right after I close out my ink, so I'm not wearing it. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I haven't even pulled out embellishments, nothing. 'Tis a crazy one. Miss Kathy. Puppies make you sleepy. Did you mean to say poppies? What did I do? What did I do? I cut it at 3. That's what I did. Let me try that again. I said one thing and did another. Poppies. How are you, Miss Kathy? Can't wait to see you this weekend. Are you still going to Chris's for the crop? 3 1/4. Yep, I got your reference there. That's how I knew you meant poppies. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let's see if I did that right this time. That's betterer. Excellent. I will see you on Saturday. I don't know what time I'm going to be there. I might have to go to the bank in the morning if I can't get there on Friday afternoon, because You know the old saying about banker's hours? It used to be like 9 to 5. They'd have a late night, but mostly 9 to 5. Well, my bank is only open till 4. I'm like, what do working people do? What are they supposed to do? All right. So, look at that section right there. Yep, that's what we're going to use. Let me pull up the thing again. And I need a piece that is 5. I go up a little bit because I want to get more of the yellow. So we've got this one. And then we're going to cut it like this at 5. And cut this at 3 3/4. Mostly because I was supposed to cut that at 5 1/4 and didn't. 3 3/4 it is, ladies and gents. And then I need a card base. Do I have any card bases? Nope, gotta cut that too. It has been a whirlwind of activity here as I get ready for craft season. So things that I normally have cut up are no longer cut up because I used them all. But that is a-okay. So I cut that at 5 1/2. I'm going to score at 4 1/4 like normal. I have a whole box of Stampin' Up! That came in today, just sitting there waiting for me to open it. I have some new stuff in there too, like pre-order stuff for online exclusives that are coming out. Let me know if you want me to grab them and show them, and I will at the end. And I have stuff ready for the breast cancer awareness program that we're doing. So I have to cut up enough stuff for 96 cards. So for those of you that don't know, my Stampin' Up! Team partners with a bunch of Stampin' Up! Teams, and we will be doing Stamp Out Breast Cancer on October 28th. And it is, we have 2 options if you would like to participate with a $25 donation to the foundation, which is, I just blanked on it, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, I think it's called. So with a $25 donation to that, if you are local to the Massachusetts area, you can go to an on-site event, which is in Drake, Massachusetts. And when you're there, you will make 5 different cards using the Layering Leaves set. And then after the event, I think it's in early November, you will get a set of PDFs with a whole bunch of other layouts that were created using that stamp set. So we have one featured stamp set, and then everybody can design, everybody on the team can design cards that we would share via PDF. Last year, there were 25 different designs that were shared after the event. And if you're not local, you can still do the same thing, donate the $25, and you will get the PDFs in November when we have them all collated. So I am doing my usual upside down bow tying because that's how I roll. It's a big bow. Thank you, Miss Kathy. Bye, Cindy. I didn't even say you were leaving. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Miss Kathy. That would be lovely, and you'll get lots of fun designs. I've seen a couple of them already. I just got my stamp set in today's box, so I will be designing one as well. I'm excited. This is the first year that I've participated. Last year I was like, I don't even know what that is. It was my first year with Stampin' Up. But I got a bit of a sense of it, and I think they raised over $25,000 last year from this event. So that's exciting. And if you're in person, excuse me, if you attend in person, there's also going to be the chance to win a door prize and also to buy raffle tickets for some items that have been donated for the raffle. So, it should be a good time. All right. So not bad for not having any clue what I was going to do. I kind of like it. Could have probably worked in some of the berry burst in there, but I didn't. I still can, I bet. What shall I do? What shall I do? I think I'm going to leave it. So that's one. Wow, what? All that you get for the event? All right. So that's one, and I have another one. So I'm going to kind of do the same type of card layout, but let's see, what shall I design this time? You have that paper pack. You know, when I first showed it, most of the people were like, oh, that's too busy. I don't like it. I'd never use that. But I think as people were seeing different samples, they were able to see how beautiful it can be. It's definitely a less is more paper, like, because it's so busy, but it makes a beautiful background. All right, so we used those two stamps. Let's see. I bet you these two go together. So let's pull these out and see what we've got. I might pull out something else to use as a stem though. Not loving that stem. Let me put this back where it belongs. Mostly so I can use the block, right? And you go there. All right, I want to just take a look-see. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. So, this is the stamp set that we're going to be using later this month for the breast cancer awareness. I wonder, shall I use this tonight and start to get a play with it? What do you think? I think I shall. Ooh. I have to readjust here. I just tried to sit Indian style in the seat, and that didn't work so well. All right. Ooh, and it's got good dottage in there. Nice. So happy to celebrate you. Thank you so much. Hello. Best wishes for you. Thinking of you and sending hugs. I don't know if you need any more sentiments than that in the world, do you? All right. I'm just taking a gander. That was loud, I'm sure. I'm sorry about that. I like this one. It says layering leaves, so it looks like we have an outline. And we have the fill. Does this fill work with all of them? It does. Look at that. Look at that. That's kind of cool. All right, we're going to put that on another block. Maybe one that's a little bit clearer than that one. I have some old blocks that I don't know how they get so cloudy like that. Icky. All right. So I think I shall try some Pretty Peacock for my green. We'll do the outline in that. Play with it on the scrap paper for a minute. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Pretty. I like it. So, get some leaves coming in from all directions. And then I'm going to play with the ones that, yeah, I think I'll do some second generation. But since this is a new stamp set, I'm just going to stamp it a couple of times, switch it up a little bit. All right, let me get this out of the way. See about lining this up. Hopefully my head is not in your way, because of course I can't see the camera at the moment. I don't know if y'all saw, but Stampin' Up! Is doing a 3-day free shipping with an order over $75 here in the US. So I think today is the last day of that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yep, today's the last day. It started on Monday. So if that is something you are interested in, my host code is in the bio of my channel. So you don't want to miss it if you have a big order you wanted to place. All right, so we have some leaves. And where did I put those flowers? Oh, right here. Right here. Just gonna go back into this set. And let's focus on some yellow. But I did use quite a bit of yellow on that last one. So I had 3 people that submitted pictures as color inspiration, and I think in the end I'm doing a little bit, doing one for each of them. So they will each get a card sent to them in the mail for giving me inspiration. So the yellows was for today's birthday girl. So we'll have to get this bright and cheery. Whoop, it's stuck. And then maybe we'll use, what is this? Crushed curry. Now, where's my pumpkin pie? Here's pumpkin pie. Oh, good, I was not in the way of the camera. Yep, I wouldn't have known that I was unless I went back and watched the replay. Gonna use little dots for the centers. Not sure if I like that or not. That's the big center. Is what it is, right? I committed, so here it is. All right, and then, thinking, I took out two flower stamps when I took out this one, but I don't see the other one. Ruh-roh. I'm sure it's stuck to something. What? I'm not sure, but something. Come on, Kathy, tell me what I did with it. Did you see? Did you see? How's your week been? I have no idea where it went. But sometimes they stick to the bottom of my cutter, but not this time. Couldn't get that lucky. Excuse me. Little hiccup. That's gonna drive me nuts, but I'm gonna have to let it go and come back to it. Let it go and come back to it. So this one we're gonna say hello. Whenever I read one of these hello sayings, all I can think of is, I think it was Lionel Richie, the hello, my friend. Is that the right guy? Is that who did that? Do I like that script a lot? So let me see if I have. I do. That should work. We'll do hello. She's singing to me online here, folks. I do that all the time. I hear people say something and I immediately think of a song. Couldn't tell you the name of the song most of the time. I'm horrible at knowing the names of the songs and who sung them. And really, unless it's the Beatles, the Stones, the Doors, I'm just going to go, yeah, I know that song. Nope, don't know the name of it. Don't ever ask for me to play music trivia with you, or on your team anyways, because we'll lose. My daughter, on the other hand, is fantastic at it. As a dancer, well, before dance, before it became like everything she did, she listened to a lot of my music, so that would be like 60s, 70s rock. I'm just grabbing some paper, hopefully you can still hear me. So she would listen to 60s, 70s rock, and her first iPod was my old iPod with all 60s, 70s rock. Also some, Kenny Rogers, which I don't consider rock, but there was a lot of Kenny Rogers on there because I liked him. Some earlier rock like Elvis. So she grew up listening to all of that. And then her brother, who's 9 years older than her, shared a bunch of his music, which was clearly not my 60s, 70s rock. I gotta grab scissors. They're on the other table. And then if you introduce dance, they played a lot of like pop type stuff, more current stuff, or remixes of old stuff but with new people. And so she kills it at music trivia. Like, she'll be in conversations with people and they'll challenge her. She's like, you don't want to do that. They're like, yeah, I do. And then they're sad that they did. But me, not so much. Trivia, try that word again. Trivia in general is not my thing. My husband's really good at like general trivia. We say he has a head full of useless facts. Unless, of course, you're playing trivia, then it's kind of useful. I'm just trimming around, trying to give it somewhat an equal border. Pretty close for winging it. And get some pop-up dots, otherwise known as dimensionals. I think I'm going to hold on that. Let's first figure out where on this paper we want to cut. Hello, is it, ooh, how do I say that? Is it Inike? Anike? Nice to meet you. So we're gonna cut it at 5 1/4 this time, like I was going to last time, but forgot. And 4. We've had a very interesting week at work. Oh, good. I'm gonna cut this at 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So on Monday, we had a big meeting where they were reorganizing our department, or combining 2 departments into one. And honestly, they should have done that. They should have never broken them apart, to be honest. But they did. And so that was okay, Monday morning. And then Tuesday, they announced that our CEO was leaving. And we now have an interim CEO. I have to tell you, one of the things that I have in that box over there that I need to go through is a new set of blades. Because I think the ones I have reached their end of life here. So yeah, a lot of change going on this week. But at least during the reorg, I kept my boss, which is good because she's my 6th boss since March of 2020. And she's also the only one who still works at the company. So I really didn't want to have to go and teach a new boss what it is that I do. Emphasis on the first syllable, second and third aren't really pronounced. So just eat? Is it a short I or a long I, like een or ein or in? I am so sorry about that. I just am trying to, I like to call people by the right name. It's funny, I work with a lot of folks from India. And so I always check the pronunciation. And they're like, oh, you could just call me, and they'll give me some short name. I'm like, well, I'd like to call you by your name if I can get it right. And I usually do. It doesn't matter, really. That's what they say. It doesn't matter, but I don't know. It matters to me to call people by their right name. All right. So we'll pull in some pop dots. I've called them pop dots for 20 years. I need to call them what they're called, dimensionals. I work with a lot of people now that I don't know because my company was acquired a couple years ago. And so we're a much larger company. And so, Enica. Enica? I hope I got it close. Oh, so I work with a lot of people that are new to me because my company got bought a couple years ago, and they will send me emails and address it to Clyde. And I'm like, no, my name is Clydine. And that's probably why I try so hard to get other people's names correct. So I am going to pull out the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. and I think I want to use them. I was saying that I thought that orange was a little bit too much, but I think the gems will take care of that. Yes, yes, I nailed it. Inika. 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 I will get it right. I will say it several times, and then it will be cemented. So that breaks it up a bit. I like that better. Just fun. We're going to put one up there. And now I have to do the fourth flower because I like odd-numbered gems. All right, there we go. And I just need to grab my card and fold it in half. I didn't score it, so we're just winging this. Thank you, Miss Kathy. I was telling my husband before I came down, I'm like, I don't know if I even have, like, if I wanted to do a What's Up Wednesday. I said, I don't know if I have any brain cells left, but I'm glad I did it because chatting with you guys and doing a little bit of crafting really is good for the soul here. All right, wanted to make sure I had it opening in the right direction. All right, card number 2. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely a card, a DSP that you need to cover a lot of it or use small amounts of it. Otherwise, it's overwhelming. So that's card number 2. This was the first one. I don't know if you were here when we were doing this one. And let me find a little room on my desk and we will do number 3. And that one, the color inspiration that was shared by Miss Chris was oranges, and it had some blues and greens. So that will work out with this. One thing I wish we had more of here at Stampin' Up! Is like true orange. Pumpkin pie is nice, but a true orange would be really nice. I wonder if I can get away with using Calypso Coral. I know it's not orange, but it kind of reads a little orange, I think. Let's give it a stamp and see if that is true. Does it read kind of sort of orange? What if I did that with You should see my everything beside me. I have drawers pulled out with folders of paper and all sorts of fun stuff. There we go. Drop that down there. Let's see, do I have orange? Do I have orange brush yet? I don't really see an orange. I guess I'll use a sponge dauber. I have more brushes I can use. I just haven't pulled them out. So that looks to be coral. Yeah, that's my orange. All right, let's test out an idea here and see how it works. It looks orange to you? All right. The triangles look like peaks. Oh, like mountain peaks? So if I have Calypso Coral flower and come in with some of that, not with that flower. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, one more card. And maybe we'll play with this guy. I think this guy goes in here. We're all learning this stamp set together. All right, we're going to use second generation on the coral. I'll flip that over because there was something on it. And then we're going to take, where did it go? This funky thing, whatever it is, no idea, and use it as a center on that and see what that looks like. Yeah, that'll work. I just have to figure out where I'm lining this up. Looks like that. All right, and then she said, this, ooh, gonna take this little guy. I have stamps everywhere, ladies. It's funny, the only time I work like this is when I'm live. When I am on my own, I tend to be a use it, put it away, use it, put it away. You beat the guys to it. Hello, Janice. So yeah, it looks like you're saying that my ink pad was a little juicy. I did try taking some of it off. It was a little better. So Carla, hello, nice to meet you. Valerie, hello. Did somebody on Ruth's channel tell you I was live here? So what's it look like if we put this in the middle? Because the color inspiration had the blue along with the orange. So let's add some of that in. This is Blueberry Bushel. So we'll use that for our center. All right, and then if we pull this back in, we've got some of the peacock. Not sure, is that maybe, it reminds me of soft sea foam, but that's not a color. Maybe it's Lost Lagoon. But I think I'm going to go with the peacock. The peacock. I still have that out from earlier. And we'll do some leaves in that. but I'm going to use the leaves from Layering Leaves. Oops. Janice, did I say hello to you? If not, I meant to. Hello. I was telling the girls earlier that it seems like almost all of my ink pads are really juicy. And for someone who stamps as much as I do, and maybe as much as you all do, I would have thought that they would have all used up enough now to not be so juicy. That's cute. I like that. All right. And then if I go back to our ground cover. Where's my ground cover? There's my ground cover. That looks like some Azure Afternoon in the paper. So we'll do some Azure Afternoon flowers. Call this my ground cover. And again with the super inky. That's better. You like my English there? Better. We're just going to add some blue to this. So how is everybody doing? And what did Miss Ruth do on her live today that I have to go watch afterwards? It's Wednesday, so I bet you she did a one sheet, didn't she? All right. Let's see, we've got some lemon lime twist I'm going to throw in there with some dottage from Layering Leaves. Hello, Miss Lisa. Welcome. You having a good day? Yep, just a little bit of green. A little bit of green. All right. So, let's see about some Calypso Coral cardstock. For those of you that are just joining, all new ink pads are before I say that, I'm reading. All new ink pads are juicy. I purchased mine by Color Family and couldn't figure out why my results didn't look okay until I used an old foam folder and pushed the ink away. Yes. Oh, thank you, Jazz. It's very sweet. Ruth made beautiful bags with cards she colored. Ooh, I can't wait to watch it. For those of you that don't know who Ruth is, Ruth Trice is like the queen of stamped one-sheet wonders, in my opinion. She has her channel, it's Artful Stamping on YouTube. And if you love the one-sheet wonders and want to get tons of inspiration, that's the channel to go to. And she's just really super friendly as well. And she takes the time to teach, and I just love her channel. So, all right. So I started to say, for those of you that joined me late, I really had no idea what I was going to do today, other than I had some people that shared some pictures for color inspirations. One of them was a beautiful red flower with kind of a mustardy yellow center. So we had the reds, a little bit of orangey yellow and green. Another one had a beautiful dainty yellow flower. And the third one was this cute baby sitting in a pumpkin patch. So of course you had the oranges, and he was dressed in blue. So that's the one that we're working on here. So I did one card for each. And that's what we're doing. Let me get some ribbon. I have this beautiful ribbon here. And I think instead of doing a bow, I'm going to do one of those little loop-de-loop things. I'll show you what I mean momentarily. So I just take some Scotch tape. Well, first of all, I got to see which way the ribbon wants to go. Make sure I go with that. I'm going to put that here. And flip it over to the back and tape that down. And then I'm going to take another piece and throw it through the loop and around. I don't know what this kind of a ribbon technique is called, but I like it a lot. When you don't feel like doing a bow, this always works. What ribbon is that? I will show you in a moment. It comes in a 3-pack of Bubble Bath and the Blueberry. No, I think this is Azure and Lemon Molly. And of course, they don't put the name of it on there. But it is in the annual catalog in the ribbon section. All right. So, opinion time. Do you like the thin border or the wider border with all these bright colors? Thin or wide? I really like this one. You like this one, Carla. And Inike likes this one. All right, well, I guess I'm overruled. Kathy likes the wide. Next time, Kath, you and I might win. So that was thin, so 4 by 5 1/4. And I want to keep a little bit of that yellowy color in there since I used the lemon lime twist. I forgot the name of it for a moment. Oh, and I need to put a card base. You guys are getting the full crafting experience. Don't know what the heck I'm doing, but we'll make it up as we go along. Which is pretty much how I design most of my cards. When I'm working on my own, right? But I try to have an idea of what I'm going to do when I go live. But sometimes that doesn't work. But this weekend I plan to plan some of my upcoming lives and classes. So I'll be starting a card class, a monthly card class in January. I would start it earlier, but in a couple of weeks I'm going to have 3 weeks full of crafting experiences. So I'm doing 2 craft fairs and a scrapbook and crop where I will be a vendor. So I didn't want to take on anything else this year. But in January, we will be starting a monthly card class. We'll make 4 designs, 2 of each, and it will come with supplies. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, please comment card class in the comments so that when I get that all figured out, I can get you on my list so that you know what I'm doing and can decide if it's something you're interested in. We would love to have you come and join us. There will be virtual classes, and if there are local people interested, we will do in-person classes. I like that. And then I just need a sentiment, and then it will be done. Lisa, way to make a decision, my friend. Thinking of you, so happy to celebrate you. I'm looking at the sentiments from Layering Leaves. I think I'm gonna go with the birthday one if I can find it. It should be on my desk somewhere. Oh boy. I don't see it. Ah, I found it. When you take them off the blocks so that you can use them for something else, sometimes makes it difficult to find. Wonder if it'll fit on that. Oh yes, it fits right there. What color should I do my sentiment in? And then I will also back it. We've got the coral, we've got navy, we've got azure, and pretty peacock. Bye, Ina Kay. It was nice to meet you. Any suggestions on ink color? All right. People are getting tired, so I'm just going to make my own decision for tonight. And we've got the peacock. Well, we're going to try this. We've got pretty peacock on one side. We're going to put the azure on the other side and then see which one we like better. How's that for making my own decision, huh? Oh, so we got a blue and we got a pretty peacock in the comments. So those were the 2 that I was leaning towards. Whoops. Oh, I think it's the blue. That's the one that spoke to me when I did that. And get this out of the way. I feel like all I have done is open and close ink pads all night. Open and close, open and close. And I'm going to open it again. We're just going to do a little bit of inking on this one. Give it a nice bright blue border. Give it a moment to dry. That's a mighty wet ink pad when you get that kind of a border. Can't wait to change out my blade, which will probably happen this weekend, if not before. Yep, and a couple of these babies, and I think we're going to be good to go. I'm going to do it right there. Pardon me. All right, that is card number 3. I don't have a newsletter as of yet, Miss Carla. That is also on my agenda for next year, is to start doing a newsletter where I can share information about what's going on so that people know what they're what's coming. So are you interested in being on that? That is card number 3. So first card was based on the yellows in the picture that I got from Michelle. She had these beautiful yellows. Nope, I lied. This is Bridget. It was red with yellow center. Bye, Kathy. This one was Miss Michelle, who had the yellows that she was going after in her color inspiration. And it had orange centers. And then this one is Miss Chris, who had oranges and blues. All right, let me flip it up. See you Saturday, pretty lady. There we go. So thank you so much for joining me tonight and letting me ramble, because I did ramble quite a bit. And I appreciate you being here, and I will talk to you all next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.